Okay, now, except for the method that I'm now about to show you, repeated percentage change is a completely hassle-some situation because the original figure keeps changing. So if I said increase £100 by 10%, then decrease the result by 10%, you do not get back to 100, because you start with 100, you work out 10%, you add it on, the 10% is £10, so you add that on and you get 110. Okay, but 10% of this, so this was the original figure and this was the final figure, but now this is the original figure. So that's the original and that's the final, but now this is the original and this is the final. So 10% of that is 11, so you take that off, you get back to 99. So you don't get back to 100, okay? So that leads to a very annoying type of question where you have to do loads of these at once. So what you need is a faster way. So if I said increase £100 by 20% 3 times, it's so slow. Here's me increasing it by 20% once. 20% of that is 24. Add that on, and this is where I'm starting to fail. 20% of that I think is 28.8. So the final answer is, well, this is just a hassle. I'm sick of doing this question already. Okay, so here's the faster way. Okay, what you do is you use little decimal multipliers. Okay, so if you just want to work out 15% of something, you worked out long ago, you learnt long ago that the best way to was to work out 1% and then times by 15. Working out 1% is like timesing by 0.01. So therefore, working out 15% is like timesing by 0.15. So if you want to work out 7% of something, times by 0.07. You want to work out 93% of something, times by 0.93. Now, that idea that you can use decimals instead of percentages is what gets used for this question. Okay? What you do is, you take your figure, £100, or whatever it was that I had, £100, and you times it by 1.2. Where did I get 1.2 from? Because 20% is 0.2. Okay, so you don't times by 0.2, you times by 1.02 so that you add the 20% on. So how would you do it if you wanted to increase it by 20% 3 times? Just do it 3 times. Simple as that. And when you're typing it in, for goodness sake, save times by using the power button. So that is what you get when you increase £100 by 20% 3 times. Okay, so this is me, I'll just do another example. Decrease £80 by 7% 4 times. Okay, just go 80 times 0.93 to the power of 4. Okay, where did the 4 come from? Just because I'm doing it 4 times. Where did the 0.93 comes from? Because 7% is 0.07. Okay, so 0.07 number 1, and that's how I got the 0.93. Okay, the reason why I'm taking away from 1 is to make sure that it goes down a little bit each time. One final example, increase £200 by 80% twice. So there's 200 times by 1.8 twice. Okay, where did I get the 1.8 from? Because 80% is 0.8. Okay, so just take your little decimal, either add it to 1 or subtract it in order to get this number that you multiply by times.